A very good evening to you, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Q8 Pilot channel. It is 1700 Zulu, 2000 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Today, we are going to be taking a look at another aircraft from the Captain Iceman series, which is the Piper Chieftain. This aircraft is the latest development from the Captain Iceman series and probably the last of this particular series, the Pipers. I think the developer is moving to a new series very soon, but this is probably a nice way to finish up this series. If you are not familiar with JetStreams, they have the Seneca and the Seminole, and this is the Chieftain, which is really a very, very remarkable aircraft in real life, and one that is quite efficient and quite capable as well. So today we are going to be doing our first look review. The aircraft has been provided to me as a disclaimer from the developer, so I did not purchase the aircraft. The developer was kind enough. I was having trouble with the website, and the developer was kind enough to just give it to me here to review it on the channel. What we are going to be doing in this review is we're going to be taking a look at the aircraft modeling, the features, and we're going to be taking it for a short flight to San Luis Obispo here in the state of California in the United States. But first, let me say hello to all of you guys here in chat. Boeing Corp Mark from Logan, New Jersey, welcome aboard. FlyQuest, welcome. Glad to have you here with us. Explain Greece, welcome aboard. Hello from Greece. Oh, welcome. Glad to have you with us. And we have also Robert. Thank you for the support. Greeting from Nevada Desert. Welcome aboard. Flyby from the USA. Welcome aboard. Hello, Jack. Welcome. Glad to have you with us today. Zurich75 from Germany. Welcome aboard. Aero Hub Entertainment. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Hello, Kirok. 24. Rand Cooley, the man of men. How are you doing, Rand? I hope you are well, my friend. Burger Props, how are you doing, my friend? Mr. Linux, Tux Linux, how are you doing? I hope you are well. And we have also with us today, Just Fine. Welcome aboard. Hello, Stan. Welcome. Glad to have you here with us today. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to be taking a look at the aircraft texturing. And this is something that actually Captain Iceman series from the very get-go has gotten very, very well. So in their Seneca and their in their Seneca, they did a really, really good job with the texturing of the aircraft. And this one is not an exception. They've done a really good job with the 3D modeling, the use of detailed textures on the aircraft. Here, let me just bring it a little closer here so you guys can appreciate what they've done here. This aircraft, by the way, cost about just under $50, about $47, I think, 95 cents. You can see the air conditioning system there, very nice detailing there on the propellers, and you can see also the details there on the engine covers there. Very, very nice. I really like that. And of course, the landing gear, the wings, the use of PBR materials done very well. Very detailed wing as well, as you can see here. So from the exterior perspective, I think the aircraft looks really good. Look at the details here on the under the wing here. Looks very, very good, very sharp, very crisp. And they've really taken their time to, recreate an authentic representation of the Chieftain. This is, by the way, the house livery or the JetStream livery. It comes with several that you can use for this aircraft. It's got a really nice look there from the engines. You can see that very, very nice. You can see also the reflections from the glass here. I think is done very well. They've really taken their time to create something authentic, something that really is pleasing to the eye for one, but also represents the aircraft, the real counterpart in real life. So really job well done. Now, in terms of the static elements, this aircraft requires a walk around, which I've already done. So if I click here, you'll see that you'll have the chocks. And if you go to the front and click here, you have also the engine covers, which of course we're going to remove just to make sure that we don't run into issues. And this aircraft requires some handling as well in terms of fuel and oil. So what I'd like to show you is, I think I've probably filled up the tanks, but here's what I'll do. If you go to the wing area here and click, you'll see that you'll get the fuel, and you can actually refuel the aircraft. You have the counter here, and if you click here, I think it's pretty full, but you can also go to the next one here and see if this one is full. Yeah, this one seems to be full as well. We can actually access everything from the weight and balance here. We can see this one isn't full yet, so we can add a little bit more fuel on the other side. So let me show you how this happens. Let me just remove this one and come over to this side. And we're going to come over here, click there. There you go. You can hear it. Let me just leave it there. And if you leave it for a little while, it should just stay. All right, there we go. So now you can see that the aircraft is refueling, and it's quite realistic. So it will take time to refuel the tank. And in the meantime, you can actually watch the tank being refueled, as you can see here. So it will take some time to, I'm going to fill this tank myself. So it's nice that you can do it from within the control panel, because it does take time. So it is quite realistic in terms of the time that it takes to fill the aircraft. You can see also the aircraft bottle here, and you can have several options there for the avionics. You can use the GNS 530 with the RXP support if available. That's the Reality expansion pack, or the TDS GTN 750, which we are using today. You can also use the G5 ADI HSI if available by RealSimGear. And you can show the passengers there. You can obviously see the weight and balance. And let me just go ahead and fill it up, and it will stop automatically once it reaches the full tank. So now we have full tanks here and here. Another thing that you have to be very careful with this aircraft is the oil. So you have to come here, especially when you fly the aircraft for the very first time. You have to click here, and you have to monitor. You see, actually, we do have sufficient oil. It's all the way to the green. If you click here, it takes it all the way up to where it should be. So now we can close. We can close this here. We're going to check the other wing as well. So you do have to maintain this aircraft, and with the oil will be consumed as you fly the aircraft. So let me just go here and make the turn. There we go. All right. So looks like this one is okay as well. So now we have the fuel to the green mark there. So we are good, and we can close this here. Okay, now that we've taken a look at the exterior, let's take a look at the interior. So let me switch to the interior, and as you can see, a very, very nice interior of the Piper Chieftain here. Very, very well done by the guys over at JetStream. Again, very authentic representation of the aircraft. Looks very nice. The texturing is very well done, and it's got some really nice details as well. So if we go here and look at those seats, very nice texturing of the seats, and also we can take a look at the back. Again, look at the carpeting there. Very, very nice. Very nice aircraft here. You can see the passenger cabin, very well designed. There you can see the wings there. Very nice wing view there. Very, very cool. And of course, you can open the doors. I'm not going to open the door because I honestly don't know how to close it. I opened it in a previous test, and I didn't know how to close it, so we're just going to leave it alone today. But yeah, you've got the nice little faucet there, and the cabinet, and you can actually close them. You can open them and close them. Can we open this one as well? No. Water? No water. Okay. All right. Well, as you can see, very nice passenger cabin there. And I really like this aircraft. I like what they've done in terms of the 3D modeling and the texturing. Really worthy of the asking price. Again, when you're paying, $50 for an add-on, it better be good in terms of the texture, in terms of the systems, in terms of everything. Really has to be done to to a very high standard, at least by today's standards. $50 for an add-on is not cheap. That is considered, a mid-range aircraft. Now, if we look here at the cockpit, one of the things you'll see is, let me remove the yoke here if I can. There we go. You'll see that there are some details. If you go down here and look at the wiring and the cables, everything is done exactly as you see it on the real aircraft. Now you can access the control panel by clicking here. That opens up the control panel, which is very good. And there is something new that they've done. Let me just show you here. This is the overhead panel. The overhead panel has all the lights, and currently everything is off. You've got the emitter there and the magnetos, the engine ignition switches, the fuel indicators there, and you have the fuel pumps which you can use for priming. We're not going to use it today. I don't think there is a need for it, but it is there if you need to use it for priming. And then if I move here, you've got all your instrument panel, and then you've got your weather system here, and you have your oxygen as well. So this aircraft has an oxygen bottle here, which you can use to supply pressure above 10,000 feet. And one other thing that they've developed with this aircraft, and this is something very important, guys, when developers put out an add-on, it is important that you do something new, especially if you're asking for, a premium price. So the new thing in this version is the control feel. Okay, so let me open this window here and show you. So right now it's bypassed, okay, and we can come here and say true direct. There, direct, yeah. What this is actually the response curve for this aircraft. And this is something very special because it replaces the immediate feel of your flight control to give you the feel of an actual heavy twin engine aircraft. So it adds dampening a little bit, and also you can tune the pitch and the roll in order to get a more realistic feel for the aircraft. And as you can see here, you have the true direct, you have very heavy near direct. So we can click here, it changes everything here. We're going to play with this a little bit once we are, airborne. We'll take a look at how this actually, I'll try as much. I cannot show you what it does, but I can probably report to you what I'm experiencing so that you get a feel for it. So I'm very glad that they've introduced something new in this version, and hopefully this is something they carry forward in their future developments. Let me take a look and see if you guys have any questions thus far. This is truly black square quality, even the livery and the paint. Hello there, my friend. Welcome aboard. Does forgetting maintenance cause failures? Yes, you will burn your engines. Precisely that is going to happen. The G5 does not auto slew and GPS nav. It really needs a separate G5. Looking for the flying pilot coffee cup holder. What's the plane's emission, touring, corporate, commuter, etc.? I think it's a general aviation aircraft, so it can use for any general purpose flying. It is an 8-seater plane, so it can carry passengers, for short hops. I think it's a very useful, very comfortable aircraft. Rand Cooley just did it again, ladies and gents, giving out 5 Q8 pilot memberships. Thank you very much, Rand. That is very, very kind of you, sir. Thank you so much. And please, if you've received a gift from from Rand, please be sure to say thank you. Thank you again very much, Rand. I really appreciate it. Okay, so time for us, guys, to power up this aircraft and take it for a short flight. One note for you guys, if you decide to purchase this aircraft, is you need to map the ignition switches or your mixture, because when you are clicking here, and the aircraft primes when the engine starts, you have to immediately move the mixture to full bridge. And if you don't do that, then it's going to be a continuous struggle to operate the engines. So you need to have either one of them or both mapped to a control so that you can do them simultaneously. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and get this aircraft started. We have already done the walk around and removed all the components. So everything here is off and the avionics switch is off. The props are on full forward, and we're going to open actually leave it for now. Let's come over here, and down here you'll find the battery switches. Now, the circuit breakers are visually modeled, but are not functional with the exception of those 2 circuit breakers here. And the reason why is this. Let's turn on the battery switches on 1, 2. You hear that noise? Let's turn on the alternators as well. Now that noise is going to stay there unless you turn off those circuit breakers, okay? So if you get annoyed, just pull those circuit breakers. The noise goes until you're ready, and then, you can turn them back on. Okay, so the easiest way to start this aircraft is first we want to put the throttle here, 1/2 of an inch open. That's just right about there, okay? And the easiest way so that you don't overflood the engines, because flooding is actually modeled in this aircraft. So we are going to come here, and we're going to start with the right. First, we need to turn on, by the way, notice how the fuel gauges are at 0. And the minute I move them, then I go up here, and now you can see that we have the fuel indication. Perfect. So now we have the fuel indication. We are going to start with the right engine first. And to do this, we're going to turn on the right magnetos. We're going to come down here, and we want to put the mixture on full bridge for about 6 seconds, and then mixture to cutoff. So let's do that. Okay. And you can see now that it says engine ready. And here's what we're going to do. We are going to, this is the ignition switch. I have a button mapped to it. So here's what we're going to do. Let me just, there you can see the engine. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We have a good start. And that's how you start the engine. You have to really get this right. So you have to make sure that you map either your mixture or your ignition so that you can start the engine properly. Okay, so now we want to do the other side. So let's come over here. We're going to turn on the magneto switches, and we are going to put the mixture. So this one here, so we'll put the mixture on full bridge. Oop. Okay, looks like we didn't flood it yet, so that's good. Okay, so we need to, again, the ignition switch. There we go. And we have a good start on the second engine as well. And both engines are now running. Perfect. Listen to the sounds. Yeah. Very nice sounds. Look at the vibration of the propellers. Looks really good. And when you increase the power, that vibration reduces. Just like the real thing. Very, very cool. Very cool. I love that detail. All right. Let's hop in. And you can, oh, by the way, you can click here to use noise cancellation so that doesn't bother you, if it bothers you. So we'll leave it for now. Just enjoy the engine sounds. Okay, so we can turn on the avionics switch now. And we'll leave that there. As you can see, we have the TDS Garmin device. By the way, we forgot our beacon light. And position lights are on. And what else do we need here? We don't need anything there. Everything there looks good. Okay, perfect. So we can go to continue. And we're going to go to the flight plan. And we're just going to add a...
TOS system test okay.
San Luis Obispo, which is in close proximity to where we are. There we are. Okay, perfect. And we are pretty much ready to go. Let's click there. And we're going to set the continue. Let's go here and set the transponder to altitude reporting. That turns everything on here. You have your weather radar here. Everything there is good. Okay, so all our avionics are working as they should. Excellent. And this is, by the way, your autopilot system here. So you have the autopilot, heading, you know, flight director, all that good stuff. So all is good here. And we can set the trim for takeoff. All right. Trim is set. Okay. We're all ready to go now, and we are going to release the parking brake. Listen to the engine sounds. Very, very nice. Very nice aircraft. Okay. Let's see here. Taxi lights on. Everything else here is good. That's fine. Has a really nice feel when you start the engines. The sounds are very immersive. By the way, folks, I am using something based on a recommendation from one of you. Let me just show you very quickly. And I found it to be very, very immersive and extremely realistic for turbulence. Where is it? Let me go to Fly with Lua. And if we go to macro, there, X Pro Turbulence, professional turbulence engine. Now, this turbulence engine is a Lua script that works with Fly with Lua, and it is free. It's available on the X-Plane.org, and I highly, highly recommend it. Right now, we have, you can see dominance says calm air, but when there is turbulence, I'll tell you, it will feel like real turbulence. I mean, the shake of the aircraft, especially with my force feedback from Moza, it feels very, very realistic, and it's very immersive. So highly, highly recommend it. Okay. All right. So now that that's out of the way, let's turn on the strobe lights, landing lights, taxi lights off, and we are ready to go. And once we arrive, we will also take a look at the we'll take a look at the night lighting as well, because it's quite nice. Right, here we are. Very, very nice. X-Plane is looking fantastic, ladies and gents. Look at the beautiful lights there on the at the front and on the wings. Looks very nice. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. Okay, let's line up. Okay, now for this takeoff, this is a very short runway, so we do want to introduce some flaps here. So there we go. Now, I think 1-notch flaps is good enough. Take a look here at the aircraft, looking very nice. Look at the shadows in X-Plane. Looks fantastic. Look at this vibration, guys. This is really, really cool. I mean, this attention to detail is very, very essential, you know, for total immersion. The aircraft looks really fantastic. Very, very nice aircraft. Okay, we're ready to go, folks. Let's go ahead and put the brakes on, and let's go. Oh, yes. Those sounds are amazing. Release the brakes. And we'll rotate at about 80 knots. Rotate. And positive rate of climb. Gear is going up. Okay. Wow, look at X-Plane. This aircraft has a really special feel to it. And it just feels very, very nice to fly. We're going to obviously hand fly the aircraft. And we're not going to gain too much altitude because we are in very close proximity to our destination airport. Right, we'll bring the props back a little bit. That's a little too much. There we go. Trim the aircraft a little bit. Let me bring back the yoke. There we go. Okay, let's see. I'm having trouble trimming the aircraft. Right, there we go. Let's see here. Okay, that's good. Very nice indeed. Wow, look at X-Plane, guys. So nice. Wow. I get carried away with the views there. Alright, so we're going to fly straight now. And San Luis Obispo is not too far now. And this is looking fantastic. Well, we can't see much, can we? It is beautiful, isn't it? Wow, what happened here? Really, I'm not sure why the aircraft...
Sync ray, pull up. Sync rig.
Looks like some icing condition there. All right, let's see here. Okay, that's good. We're going to descend. A little bit, we'll go below the clouds. There we go. That's much better. At least we can see what's going on. And the airport is somewhere to our right, to our left, beg your pardon. Wow, look at that, guys. That's the airport. All right, let's ease off there. Wow, look at that, guys. Look at X-Plane. All right, there's a runway there, so we're going to lower the landing gear.
Rate. Pull up. 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 Sync rate. Pull up. Pull up. Sync rate. Sync rate. Pull up.
Wow. That was a really terrible landing. My speeds weren't right for sure. But I'll tell you that flying this aircraft in icing conditions, all these clouds wasn't very easy. You know what? Let's go ahead and just try another. We'll do another turn. We'll take off again, and I just want to test a few things with the. Right, let's come over here, and we'll go to toggle the settings here. So I want to change this to direct. No, we don't want a direct. We want Chieftain start. Yeah, let's do that and see if things actually are a bit different. Let's see. Bush pilot. All right. Right, at 80 knots, we will, rotate. And positive rate of climb, gears going up. There we go. Wow. It's just looking great. All right, so now actually I can feel a much bigger difference in the way that the aircraft handles than the previous setup, especially with the yoke. It's much more behaved right now, for the lack of a better term. Yeah, much better. Much better. Yeah, with the control feel. Oh, yeah. I mean, this really feels much better than the previous control field settings. These settings are probably the settings that are ideal for flying the aircraft with the Moza flight yoke. So I can definitely say that it feels a whole lot better with those settings after setting up to the start. Let me ease off there on the power a little bit. Yeah, much better. Much better. I'm going to keep the aircraft at a lower speed, lower altitude here. We don't want to gain too much altitude because we are going to come back, make the turn, and head back to the airport again and land. So we're just going to keep it there. I mean, this scenery is really nice, guys. Very nice. I really like it. By the way, SimHeaven Pro, I have a pre-release version of SimHeaven Pro, which I haven't downloaded yet. It is huge. Over some of the files are over 17 gigs, so it's going to take some time to download the whole thing. Okay, so let's make the turn here and head back to the airport. All right, there we go. And we have the runway right there. Definitely lots of crosswind. All right, let's lower the landing gear. better. Set up our view. Yeah, definitely I can control the aircraft a whole lot better with this setting.
500.
Right, we're looking good here. Lots of crosswind for sure. Much better. Very, very nice. Feels so nice to hand fly this aircraft. By the way, we did not use the autopilot at all today. Let me tell you, it's a very joyful aircraft to fly. You can really feel the power of the engines. Quite nice. Yeah, I really like it a lot. Right, so here's the... We'll make the turn over there. Okay, let's retract the flaps. Let's take a quick look at the replay. I think there was a bit of a bounce when we came to land. But anyway, let's take a look. Look at this beautiful scenery with...
Don't sink.
With map enhancement.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
One of my most favorite views. You can see here how the turbulence and the wind is doing its thing. This don't sink thing is very annoying. Pretty cool, huh? Do it one more time, real quick. There we go. Very nice, yeah. All right, replay mode is off. The engine sounds are quite nice. All right, I do want to show you the night lighting. So I think this is nice right there. If we come over here and we can turn and then click here. There. Let me do that like that. There we go. Very, very nice night lighting, guys. Look at this. Wow. Very cool, isn't it? I love the smoothness of X-Plane. So this aircraft cost $47, I think 95 cents. And it really delivers on everything that it promises to deliver. From the texturing perspective, I think the 3D modeling and the overall texture work is done to a high standard. Let's turn that off, turn that on, and we turn on the beacon there. So in terms of the 3D modeling, the texturing, I think the aircraft does exactly what you expect from an aircraft price at, this price range. The overall performance of the aircraft is exactly as per the manual, and all the blows and whistles in this aircraft is at par with, with the price point. So I think this is a really, really a bargain when it comes to general aviation aircraft. Is this aircraft at the level of Black Square, for example? No, it is not. But is it study level aircraft? I think it's very close to being a study level aircraft. There are a few things, I think, with a few things put into this aircraft, I think it can very much be a study level aircraft. But overall, very nice aircraft and a real joy to fly, to hand fly. I still haven't figured out completely, you know, the CIS control field and what it exactly, you know, I know that it is your response curve, but what exactly it does, I think this setup here, the start setup, is the best. You can definitely play with these in order to change the way the aircraft reacts to the joystick input, which is a welcome change into this aircraft. So definitely a strong buy. I give the aircraft a final score of 8 out of 10. There are a few things I would want to see. One is, let me power it off and just tell you why I give it that score and not, for example, a 9 or a 10. So first we need to turn off the avionics, and then we can go ahead and kill the mixture. There we go. And taxi lights off. We can turn on. By the way, don't forget your batteries on, because if you do and you come back to the aircraft, it will be completely, the battery will be completely drained, and you will need the GPU or the battery, external battery, to start the aircraft. I'll show you where that is now. So that is all off. We're going to turn off the alternators, and we're going to turn off the switches here. Now, let me show you one thing here. If we go back here and you go to the aircraft here, and right there, if you click here, that has a battery that connects to the aircraft. So if I, oh, all right, let me see here. Let me go. Oh, I think that is not the battery. I think that's the battery right there. Yeah, that's the battery there. So if you connect it here, now you'll have a ground power unit to charge the battery in case, you know, in case you forget your battery switch is on. The next time you start the sim, it will be definitely completely drained. So that's how you power up the aircraft, and you need to recharge your battery. So yeah, very nice aircraft. Really, some really nice features. Now, a couple of things why I do not give it the full score, or why I have deducted a few points. So first, if you go to the control panel here, I think the control panel, while it's concise but complete, so it doesn't really give you everything that you need to manage the aircraft, and it hasn't really gotten any improvements from the previous versions. So I would like to see, for example, a button to reset the state of the aircraft, because it is persistent, but you know, maybe you don't want to do the battery, you don't want to do this. Maybe there's a toggle that says, you know, just reset all failures of the aircraft. I'd like to see also a few toggles for failures. So if there is a failure module, it would be much nicer. And I think it would be more immersive and more, I think it would offer more value for the buck, in my opinion. Now, from the visual perspective, I think the aircraft is very nice. I think it looks really good. So points there for the price point of the aircraft. I think it's very good. No complaints in that department. So in that perspective, I think just that the control panel really needs a lot more work, in my opinion. Also, one of the things that we have grown accustomed to is the ability to toggle all the aircraft doors and hatches from within the control panel. In this aircraft, you cannot do that. So you have to manually go to each compartment and open it. So, for example, you can open this here and close it. The one door I had a trouble with is the door here in the back. So if you click here, it opens, but then I wasn't sure how to close it. So now if you come here, there is no click spot. So I really wasn't sure how to close the door from the inside or the outside. Now that we're done with the flight, I can, I can open it and show you that the door actually does open. But I wasn't sure how to close it. Maybe if I go to the back here, I tried from inside the aircraft, but unfortunately that didn't work. But yeah, there is no click spot now. So there we go. So yeah, this is just for opening the door, but I'm not sure how to close it. So again, little things that I think are important for operating the aircraft. Does the King Air compare to this aircraft? Well, the King Air is a very different aircraft than the Chieftain. Push the chain, push the lever, and click the lock. Ah, there we go. Very nice. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So again, I think it still would be nice to be able to, do all of that from within the control panel. You can think here, if we click that now, you can lock the door. Ah, there we go. Thank you. See, it always pays off to do those live streams because I always learn something from you guys. So in all honesty, this aircraft is a very special aircraft. It's probably one of the very best twin-engine general aviation aircraft available today for X-plane. And I think from the texturing perspective, it looks, spot on. It's got some really nice features as well. I think it's done with a lot of finesse and with a lot of care to bring this aircraft as close as possible to the real thing. So the control panel needs work without a doubt, and bringing a little bit more features into the control panel, I think makes this aircraft really top-notch. I think I'd probably give it a score closer to 9 rather than 8 if those features were included. Well, in a future stream, hopefully, we will do a full flight with the CIS Chieftain, and we will also examine the autopilot, and we'll fly above 10,000 feet to check out the oxygen control as well. But this is it for today's show. I hope that you guys enjoyed this short show as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much, guys, for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.